Hey everyone, Jody from Bird Dog Off-Road Adventures here. Today, we're going to show you our new lights from Suparee, the Helm 7. You'll want to check these out, so stay tuned. Alright, so first quick overview. These things look amazing. I love the way they look. I saw them at SEMA in their booth, and they did a really good job of displaying them. So we're going to use the ambers here. We're going to show you what comes in the box here in just a moment, and then we'll show you as we put them on. Now, okay, so here we go with the Helm 7 unboxing here. Now, I have opened this up already. I've had this for about a week and a half now. Due to the holidays, I was out of town visiting family, like most of you guys, so get a little behind on filming, but definitely appreciate Suparee for sending this out to us. A little cute packaging here, a little magnetic. So just look at this out. Check this out, man. This has got everything. Got all the specifications, little outline, even diagram of what it looks like on the interior. Comes with an instruction sheet here, as well as some Christmas decals or stickers. Like I said, we got these right before Christmas, so special shout out to them for doing that. It's very thoughtful. All right, well, we opened something. Like I said, I booked in these before, opened these before. Comes with two of these things, which we probably won't use because we'll have the wiring kit that we'll go over here in just a minute. Comes with all the hardware you need, as well as the brackets. Now, these are nice looking. Off-road use only. Make sure install securely before use. There's a little liability stuff there. They won't take care of you. Now, it comes with two different lens covers. They have the smoked ones and they have the amber ones. I am going to give some feedback to Suparee on this. I do wish that they would make this a little bit more conspicuous. I mean, I get it. You know, everybody has to put their brand and their name. But see how like this is? It has Suparee here. You can still see it, but it's not like overwhelmingly obvious. I think if they did this like either a dark gray or maybe like an off-colored black, maybe matte as compared to this, where it's more the etched look, I think it would be a lot nicer. Of course, we have the lights themselves, and I'm doing this all one-handed here, so just bear with me. These things are beautiful. Now, the rim here, you can get these in custom colors. You can get these different ways. Now, they come in gunmetal gray, which we'll probably leave that, the rim here. Now, theoretically, you could take those off and maybe set them down a little bit or blast them and paint them yourself. We're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it like it is. The back. Now, I don't mind this logo on the back because nobody's going to see it unless they're like really all up in my business. But gives you an idea. Here's some of the mounting holes. Now, we got these covers on upside down, so you bear with us on that. So, also come with a wiring kit. So, real quick here. Now, this is all bundled together, but it gives you a switch, so you can use high versus low beam. I think we'll use that because I think what we're going to do, of course, I won't unravel this just yet, but it's got your fuse, it's got your hookups. That's your negative. I'm not sure what that is. It's got everything on here. Got your relay. So we'll look at that more in just a minute. So here's your positive and here's your negative. If you want to, you can run the positive over to your auxiliary switches. I think I'm going to run these directly into the battery. All right, for this install, you will need multiple tools. Now, it does come with a little bitty Allen head if you do want to remove this outer plate here. You just use that. Other than that, it doesn't serve any purpose. You can move the outer plate if you want to customize it or swap it out to another one. Now, you will need a wrench. Now, we have a 3/8 socket, but you can use 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch probably. So you'll need a 10 millimeter for the tiny bolt in the bottom of the mount there. And you'll need a 13 millimeter for this bigger bolt. So it's on each side, Now they have just the bolt, lock washer, and washer. And you want to have the bolt head, the lock washer, then the washer, in that order going in. The lock washer needs to be between the regular washer and the head of the bolt. Now, since you're screwing into the light assembly itself, you don't need any nuts. But over here, here's the hardware. This mounts to the very bottom. So down here in this very bottom hole, you go through there, and it also comes with 2 bolts. It's 2 bolts with a lock washer, nut. And this little diagram that comes with it here tells you exactly what order. So actually, you'll put the bolt down. So I was wrong. I'm well to admit that. And you can scan to get a PDF here. But it's actually going to be the nut, lock washer, and then the bolt fits in these 2 little grooves. You can see the bottom side of them right here. That holds that holds that bolt head in place. So when you go to torque them, it won't turn on you. All right, so we got our mounts that we ordered off Amazon. We'll put a link down below. You'll need a 10mm socket. I had a wrench just in case. The Allen head that comes with the package, I think it's around a 4mm. But it gives you instructions on which way you're going to do these opposite of each other. Notice that this end shifts inward on this one, this end shifts on this one. And that's whenever you go to put it on the bumper. As illustrated in the instructions, you have facing the right way. So a little extra light from the garage. We got these things mounted, man. These look pretty cool. They stick far enough out so you shouldn't have to worry about the light hitting the bumper. And as we demonstrated here, you can also go all the way back. You don't know if you could with the bolts that come with the Suparee. You know, you could theoretically go all the way back. Basically, you're just going to set this here for right now. And then you're going to use your flat washer first. I know you can't see with my hands in the way. And I'm sorry about that. Use your flat washer first. Then you're going to use your lock washer to go on. And then you're going to place your nut under here to screw that all on just to get it good and started. And then, well, it helps if the bolt stays down. Which it may take some finagling, so. There we go. You get your nut started. Oh, there we go. At least to get it on there snug enough to where you know where you want to set it at. You know we have it where we want it. We're going to take a 19mm socket and just tighten it up. You want to make sure you got to get positioned just how you want it as far as side to side. Okay. Get these torqued down, get them kind of how you want to aim, just temporarily. And then once we get everything plugged up, we'll turn them on and probably try to fine tune how we got these positioned. Down below, there's other brackets you can use with the stock bumper. And of course, some of the aftermarket bumpers have places that you can mount stuff like this already. Okay, as you can see, we got both pieces mounted. We still got to tighten that other side, the driver's side up. We did finish here. Now we did put the cord in. It was a little bit of a challenge, so I had to loosen these up even more, tilt this thing fully backwards so I can get my fingers under there. If you got smaller hands, it might not be as big as an issue. Just want to make sure you put those in until they click. So basically, I just took pictures of this, how this goes in, unhooked everything, and then basically I ran these wires without this switch through the grommet up through this piece right here that you can pull down, just like I did the Onyx DRLs. So this one right here, you can go to low beam and high beam, and you can go completely off. So it's whatever you want to do. Use it. So for now, we're just going to put it right here. Let it sit there. It'll be fine. It'll be secure. Won't be in the way. And then once should I figure out another way to do it, then I'll do it at that point. But for now, I'm just going to leave it right there. You may be wondering how I did my DRL wiring. Now, I know most people would probably wire the DRL like into their fuse box or something, but we chose to use these switch things here. F-150 LED lights has a adapter. It plugs into your headlight, and then it adds these 2 connectors here for your always on. So we have one already. You can see we don't have a negative for this is a Suparee right here, and we don't have a negative for it because it's included up here with the rest of the light harness. But this other one with the red and white here, you see that's actually for my Raptor grill lights. So anytime the ignition is on, anytime these DRLs light up on the Alpha Rex or the stock headlights or any other headlights that use the factory connection, it automatically turns these on. So All right, so here we are with our DRLs, man. These things look badass. I don't know if it shows up as good in the camera, but this looks pretty freaking sweet. Okay, so right now we're just DLs or DRLs only, and now we're going to do some low beam and high beam. Here is low beam, and here is high beam. Big difference there, isn't it? So yeah, that's high beam, no beam, low beam. All right, now we're going to turn our headlights back on so you all can see with it to see what differences you have. So then again, there's low beam headlights on low beam as well. Just headlights only. And there's headlights, high beam. That's with the headlights on low beam and the high beams for the Helm 7s. Pretty good visibility if you ask me. All right, now we have high beams, both Helm 7 and the Alpha Rex, as well as the Project X. Now they are. For a better illustration, we provide some drone shots. This is the low beam on the Helm 7s. That's just DRL only. There is the high beams. Notice the added depth. You don't see a lot of difference here towards the front of the vehicle, whereas the low beams were more of a widespread like a fog light, whereas the high beams get more distance. They're more of a spot beam. So something to note there. Well, once again, you'll see here the low beam with the headlights on. The headlights are on low beam as well. Keep in mind, these are Alpha Rex. They're better than the stock ones. So we're going to flip it off here, and then I'll go back to the high beams on the Helm 7 with the regular headlights. There's headlights only, and that's low beam on the Alpha Rex. There's the headlights on with the high beam. You'll notice that you don't really even notice the headlight other than just directly in front for a few short yards. But other than that, the high beams really outshine it and overwhelm it. So you can see a lot of light there. So we shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever. Keep in mind, this is on the top of a fin or a ridge. So that's why you don't have a lot of width, because the banks fall off to the side. It's probably wasn't the best place to film it, but it's all we had that was really close by. Here we got some desert action in real time. Now keep in mind, when I first did this was not quite pitch dark outside, even though the camera does pick up extra light. With our wolf box, it really makes it look brighter than it actually is. But it gives you a little bit of idea of how these look when running with the stock headlights on an average trail. You can see here that it does pretty well as far as getting the entire width of the trail. And he's got some big banks, so it's going to block out some of that width. But overall, I'm very happy with these.
Passing me. California's coming up on you.
Like we've got an oncoming Bronco, believe it or not. Like we've got an oncoming Bronco. Done. What's Lee done?
Getting close, I'm hitting your dust.